founded the Burris Money Series back in 2007. I originally was part of the original PBKS, and I was the president there for 3 years, and then I decided to step down. I just couldn't seem to work out with the boards very well, and took on this operation here in 2007. And that way, if there's any questions at the racetrack, you come to me, and I will have the answer. I don't have to go to 6 other people and get them to vote on things like that. And if something goes wrong, I'm the guy to see. I'll talk to my flagman, and we'll get the situation straightened out right away at that time. Unless it's a tech issue, then we have to deal with the tech people on that. But that's why I founded it. And back then, there was no money series here in PA. So we went that route because with just me being the sole person, it was a little tough to kind of do a banquet thing. But for 2018, we're actually looking at getting back into the banquet situation because some of our corporate sponsors actually want to kind of go that route. But I'm going to actually get the racers' opinion on that throughout the season to see if we want to go that route in 2018.
I always thought on a personal thing, I always thought the banquets are fun because everybody goes there. Every time we see people at a racetrack, they're usually, greasy, dirty, whatever. This is their chance to see, everybody kind of dress up, kind of, sort of, have a DJ there, see everybody have a great time. That's kind of like the old school stuff. I really wish, this is something on my mind, I really wish that, karting would kind of get back to the old school way and not all this smoke and mirrors as we're seeing all over the country. And I know being with the BMS series, I think this season is actually the sixth year, I do believe. 6th or 5th, I'm not sure. But that I've been a part of it. And every year it grows. Every year, you strive to make some type of changes to get more people there, and they are. And since we're talking about changes, we'll move to the new thing for 2017, that you're already seeing an influx of new racers, especially from the New York area, with that restrictor plate. I know a lot of people are thinking another restrictor plate. No, it's a little different. Keith had worked up something in the offseason. I talked to Keith now and then. He talked to a lot of people, a lot of engine builders. And what's the deal with these new restrictor plates?
I actually came up with this idea about 2 years ago, and I just kind of was doing some research. The problem we had was all the surrounding states to Pennsylvania have pretty much gone to clones. Pennsylvania is still locked in there real heavy with animals, so I couldn't scare my people that have been racing with the series for the last 10 years. So I come up with this idea to design our own restrictor plates that the clones in the Junior 1, Junior 2, and Junior restricted classes in the flat class, that they can be competitive, and it doesn't come down to horsepower, that it'll come down to tire setup. So I had an engine builder design them up on his dyno. Then I sent the plates out to another national engine builder, and he actually called me up and told me he couldn't believe how close we got the plates, that he feels that it's going to come down to tires and set up on the racetrack. And just by doing this and announcing this, I can tell you just about every other day I get an email from somebody that has a clone that just found out we're doing this, and they're going to come to the series. So I'm going to say at least 20 to 25 new racers that's never been to our series are coming to run into Junior Sportsman 1, Junior Sportsman 2, or Junior Restricted classes.
That's awesome, because now we'll see an influx of them young kids, and and that always hurt Burris Money Series, in my opinion, because we're animal. So we're not drawing the New York crowd, because like you said, New York is predominantly clone division. And obviously with Sean Jeffrey's New York Dirt Kart Series, that's all clone up there. He's doing a great job with the things up there. Now some of those racers can take the time and actually come down to Pennsylvania and run the Burris Money Series, go to tracks like Sealands Grove, Red Rock, Shellhammers, Pence Creek. I'm super stoked to go back to Shellhammer since it's a local track here for me. And I'm happy that I'm able to make Pence Creek this year because, I was over with the Midwest Race of Champions, wasn't able to make it down on Sunday, but this year I'll be there. I'm actually super stoked to go back to both those tracks, and I know Shellhammers themselves, and Brenda, when I seen her at Motorama, was super stoked to have us back. Now, Burris Money Series. Did you just come up with that name, or was that something that you worked with Kurt with? And I know you and Kurt are pretty close, and all three of us talk, and Kurt does a lot, and I know he's done a lot for the Burris Money Series. Can you give us kind of a hint on, if anything new and exclusive is kind of in the mix here with the Burris tires, and anything that we're going to move forward with Burris Money Series?
The actual name just come out since we decided to go with money, since I couldn't do a banquet with me being the sole person doing all the paperwork and doing all that. And then Peggy Sue comes on and helps out some. So we went with the money way back when it first started. And then I just moved on from that and got things going with all the points and all that stuff. And that's why we're kind of looking forward to 2017 and then into 2018 to possibly having the banquet again. Because I'm starting to check on banquet halls, because the plan, if we do the banquet in 2018, it's going to be the low budget style. We're not going to go to a big fancy place that you got to spend $35 to get in the place. We want to go someplace. If the meal costs the Burris Money Series $12 a person, we're going to charge $12 a person. We don't want to have a banquet to make money. We just want to have a banquet to showcase the 15 Velocity USA jackets that we've redesigned for 2017. They've came on board to be our sponsor. And plus WMS Wheels, they've come on in a big way. And that's why we're looking forward to 2018 also to showcase their product. The way we do it now is everyone comes to the flea market in Harrisburg or meets me somewhere, and I give out the awards. Well, it doesn't get showcased on how much we give out. Last year, in cash and awards, I gave away over $100,000 to the racers, and people don't get to see that. So if we do the banquet in 2018, it's going to be awesome to see all these Burris tires sitting up there, all these rims and all these products sitting up there that we'd be giving away. That's why we're looking at that for 2018. But for 2017, the biggest thing is kind of the restrictor plate thing here with the flat carts. And if it works out well, we're going to switch it right over in 2018 to the junior champ carts to get them to grow back up. It seems like Pennsylvania still are the only ones really got champ carts really going strong. New York, it seems like there's not very many at all. And Ohio, now down south, they do have some big classes down there, but it's tough to draw from the south. So we're looking to draw from Ohio and New York in all those classes.
Right, you gotta build up the classes that lacked, especially last year. I know the junior classes. The best racing was in them kids classes. I mean, the adult classes, don't get me wrong, they can drive, and it's great to announce them. But the best racing all year at any track was in the junior divisions. I mean, I could go through some of the things that I have recorded here and listen to them, and I'm just like, man, that must have been it was a great race. Like the junior 3 class. When somebody's just not straight waxing them, it's usually pretty close. And junior 2 and junior 1 are usually pretty close. But you got a lot of them guys, Aiden Adams and a couple of them kids moving up to the bigger plate. And then you'll have Nolan Groves there. These kids from New York. I mean, it should be the junior classes should be the classes to watch. Other than we have our big money stuff there at the pro classes. Now, what is the deal with the pro classes? I did see something about you're having one pro class besides the point class?
Yes, what we decided to do this year, which it came about last year, every year that I've had the series, we always took a regular point class and made it a pro class and points at the same time, and then upped the entry fee and paid out all the money. Well, what come to light last year is I had a couple people come out to Red Rock. And our pro class was the big money class, and they were kind of beginners to the series. And it was tough on them to pay $65 when they really just wanted to try out the series. So what we did this year, we made all our regular 15 classes $35 to enter, and then we added one pro class that is totally separate. That way, if new people come, they only have to pay $35 a race. They don't have to get in that pro class. The last few years we ran, if that class was the pro class, they had to pay the $65. So we're kind of look out for the racers that brought this to my attention to try and get back to the grassroots of this, where you can come race for $35, take some money home, and get some points, or you can come race $65 and take more money home. But you're not locked into having to spend $65 to run in that class.
Now, are you going to have any provisions that if they run pro, they got to run points, per se? Are you doing anything like that?
Yes, we actually did that. So, like at the first race, Pro Animal 375 is guaranteed $500 to win. If one go-kart shows up, that guy's taking over $500 home. He's taking it home with him. That's guaranteed.
And that's April 9th. That's next Sunday.
That's correct. That's April 9th. Now, that person would still have to race the point series and the money, but the nice thing about our points money classes, they still pay a nice chunk of change out on race day. It's not strictly points.
Right.
You get to take cash money home also, and our website has all them payouts. We're not here to hide anything. You can go right to our website, www.burrismoneyseries.com, click on forms, and you can pull up all these payouts. You can look at the class counts, and you'll see exactly where you're going to win. We're not here to have any smoke and mirrors or hidden agendas here.
Right, and that's one thing why I love, especially working for you. I owe you a lot. I owe you a debt of gratitude for that one day we were at Hunterstown, and I was doing the stuff with Rick Holt, and you looked at me and says, "Can you announce? Can you get in the tower?" And then that was pretty much the start of it all. And I can't even tell you what the date was or when it was, but I know pretty well that after that it was a wrap. And 6 years later, on a Wednesday night, Tuesday night, yeah, it's Wednesday. Here we are.
Oh, it's always been a pleasure working with you, Bobby. After that first year, and then you and Rick did some of them videos together, and we got you in the tower there, and he recorded them for the videos that he did, that I actually uploaded one of them to our Facebook page there, because now you can go in and watch videos from prior years of the series to try and get some advertisement how great the series has been the last 11 years.
That was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a race or two before the first ever National Open, maybe. Because I don't think
That's about correct, Bobby.
Yeah, because I remember, because that was a National Open that Hunterstown was kind of weird. It was on the outside. I remember that race like it was yesterday because it was different. That's when Hunterstown used to be really, really good. We won't get into that.
Yeah, I believe that was 2012 when I actually we had a lot of rain that day, and I had to go out and grade the racetrack. And the way I had the track, I had it two separate bankers where you had the bottom groove 1 degree and the other. And usually you can run 2 and 3 wide around there. And that day with the rain, I had to grade it that morning. And when I did the grading, I got the bottom a little too flat, and the top was actually banked hard. So actually on that race, if you ran the top side, it was the fast way around the racetrack.
Yep. But again, Keith, thank you for your time tonight. I'll let you go here. I know you got some stuff you're cooking on for the next week. And thanks for being a guest on Racer's Edge. And I will be in contact with you later this week for sure, just to get some things buttoned up for April 9th. So thanks again, Keith, and have yourself a great night, buddy.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Everybody just keep an eye on our BMS Series Facebook page, because I'm actually going to Sealands Grove Speedway this Sunday, and we have some things to hopefully post after Sunday racing onto the BMS Series Facebook page. Thanks again, Bobby, for having me on. Thanks for everybody listening, and we'll see everybody April 9th at Sealands Grove Speedway.
Yes, sir. Have a great night, Keith.
Thank you.
So that was Keith Blumenstein. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and then I'm going to come back with the closing statements. You're going to listen to this one.
Mike Burris established Burris Racing in 1976 with an initial product line that was made up of pistons and rings for the McCullough and Italian engines, Mikuni carburetors, and motor mounts. Today, Burris Racing is best known for the American-made Burris tire, which wins major events across the globe. The business has grown from its humble beginning and now has a 13,000 square foot warehouse packed full of your karting needs. Burris Racing, winning races and made in America.
All right. So now we're back. So now here comes the good stuff. All right. So people see on Facebook, and everybody's asking me, what in the world happened on St. Patrick's Day? So